Since you left the military, have you had one of those days where you've a list of things to do and nothing is going right? One of those days where you just get angry and say, I feel stressed. So, what is stress and how does it affect us? Everyone gets stressed. It's how we deal with it that varies. Let's start by making it clear that stress is not a bad thing. Stress can help us focus. Remember when we were in training for our military careers, our instructors would put us under increasing levels of stress to enable us to cope and react as needed in highly stressful situations. Unfortunately, on Civvy Street, we don't really get that sort of training for our private lives. In a sinking ship, being shot at, or an emergency landing of a helicopter for example, we don't even break a sweat. But ask us to go Christmas shopping in the city the week before Christmas and our stress levels are through the roof. Stress is a physical response. When we're stressed, our body thinks it's under attack and it switches to that well-known fight or flight mode. It does this by releasing a mix of hormones and chemicals into the body to prepare it for a physical response. It also triggers changes in our body by shutting down some of the body functions, things like digestion, and diverts more blood to our muscles. The feeling of your heart pounding and the fast breathing is caused by adrenaline. This boosts our energy, allowing us to focus our attention onto the situation. This all stems from our caveman ancestors and the fear of being attacked by a predator. Due to this, in modern situations where we find ourselves stressed, the fight or flight mode kicks in and we still react in the same way as if we're going to be attacked by a predator, even though it's just been one of those days. When the blood is diverted to the muscles, it reduces the flow to the brain and brain function is minimised. This is why we sometimes struggle to think straight when we are stressed. Being in this mindset for a long time can affect our health. This is why it's important to recognise stress and undertake some steps to address what's stressing us. Let's break down the different types of response our body gives us when we're stressed. We all know about the main two, fight or flight, but are you aware there is also a third response? This is called freeze. When your body goes into a state of stress, we may feel agitated and aggressive towards others. This can be due to our body's natural reaction being in fight mode. This can be a helpful reaction to ward off predators, but it's unnecessary in modern situations as it can negatively affect relationships and ruin reputations. Some of us avoid stress by removing ourselves from the situation instead of facing it. This can be a sign of flight, the survival instinct. This can save our lives if we find ourselves in dangerous surroundings. However, in everyday life this natural instinct can lead to stressful situations worsening and increase our stress levels when we realise that the stress isn't going away and we need to sort it out. As I said just now, the third lesser known state is freeze. For some, becoming stressed sets the stage for our brain to act like a computer and suffer a glitch. The energy our body creates gets locked into our nervous system and we freeze. This can sometimes show itself when we breathe. Holding our breath and shallow breathing are both forms of freeze. The occasional deep sigh or big yawn is the nervous system catching up on its oxygen intake, or if you will, the computer rebooting from a glitch. So that's a brief overview on what stress is. You can find videos on how to manage stress and many other helpful tips on our YouTube channel. Don't forget, if ever you're unsure, you can always reach out to us for a confidential chat, signposting and advice. We are here to support veterans from all over the United Kingdom. Behind the Heroes, supporting veterans and their families.